have some more amazing tamariki from Waitoriki School joining us today. Just get you guys to introduce yourselves.
Hi, my name's Olivia, and my favourite thing to do in Whaitoriki's group is to make sure that we save all the little seedlings that might get trampled on our walkways.
Kia ora, my name is Scarlett, I'm 10, and my favourite thing to do in Whaitoriki's group is make sure all the natural habitats are all right and recovering.
Kia ora, I'm Case, and my favourite thing about being in Whaitoriki's group is knowing that I'm helping make a greener future.
We're going to chat a little bit about Māori worldview when it comes to looking after our earth. And so obviously your work connects with the Māori worldview, and why do you think it's important to learn about the Māori way of taking care of the land, of the Taiao?
So we don't lose it,
Yeah.
and we keep using it.
Just making sure that the Māori language doesn't die, because a couple of years ago it nearly did.
One of the things that we learn in Te Taiao are the names in Te Reo of the rako, the trees, and the manu, the birds. And we also do a little bit with Maramataka, which the kids will talk about in a minute.
Maramataka is the lunar calendar, and there are certain days where it's good for like healing and planting plants and gardening.
Also, the indigenous people used the moon when they didn't have like the modern Gregorian calendars, and the calendars that we have now doesn't actually show when it's good or not a good day to plant and go in.
One of the really successful things we've done using the Maramataka is quite often when you do seedling rescues, you have a number of plants die off because native plants don't really like being transplanted. But working with the Maramataka, these guys have actually had a really high success rate of seedlings that are living, so and quite tricky ones sometimes, like Nico and some of the bigger trees, which are quite hard to transplant. So following the Maramataka so far has been quite successful for the amount of plants and seedlings they've been able to rescue.
Obviously it does help to know the best times to plant. Do you have any secrets that you'd like to share about that?
The main thing I think is around the fetal moon is when we don't move things around then.
Okay.
The plants are sort of more sensitive. Lots of things are more sensitive then. And so it's knowing when not to as well as knowing when to. So yeah, sometimes I just say it's a good day or it's a bad day, and the kids just go with that, don't you?
And so Maramataka helps us observe what's happening in the environment. Do you have a favourite time of the year or month to be in the bush?
My favourite time of year is in winter and also spring, because that's when like all the flowers bloom, and also the winter can be also really fun if you go for a walk up the mountain and there's snow.
My favourite is all, because you get to see the different changes in life of the ngāhere around you.
My favourite is probably summer, because it's just a more enjoyable time to get out there and garden and transplant plants.
What sort of things have you noticed in the bush classroom that you've not seen here before?
A couple of years ago we used to play around there in our breaks, and everybody was allowed to go down there whenever they wanted, and also like there was just nothing growing. There was just the big puriri that one of our teachers that works in the office planted when she was 5, and now that we don't play around there, it's just so much more greener and so many seedlings. It's just all overgrown.
Yeah.
There's a lot more bird life, and like native birds mostly. There's like, pretty sure we counted like seven tui.
Oh, 7 tui in that tree. Yeah, that would have been cool to see. Yeah.
There are way more different species, like We've seen way more birds and different plants than we used to.
So you've seen korero and tui.
There's birds that we can hear, like the rido, but we don't always see them, so we can hear different birds.
And there's also this weird piece of moss growing on a tree. It's just like this clump wrapped around it.
Is there some cool fungi in the... Yeah?
Yeah, there's orange all types.
Wow.
And you guys found a couple of skeletons, didn't you?
Yeah, there was like
Rats.
yeah, there was like a decaying rat skeleton. Those
Oh.
were real weird.
It had been there for years.
There was also a skink skeleton.
A skink skeleton. Wow, that would have been... Did you keep that?
Yeah, it's still at
Somebody
school.
found it in the hothouse.
Exciting times this year, guys. You're part of the Sustainable Backyards Trails. Can you tell us how you've been preparing for the trails?
Well, we've been like transplanting the plants and clearing out pathways and making signs of what the trees are, and if you could just stick to the path, that'd be nice.
We're going to do tours and how to transplant little seedlings if they're in the wrong spot, and also Deacon and Case are going to be doing a trapping workshop.
So how many workshops are you going to do?
At the moment we've got 3.
All about the trees transplant. Oh, I think I might have to go to one of those.
Trapping.
The trapping workshop and
like a tour around
a tour. So the brochures are out. So and you can always check on the website, the Sustainable Backyards website, to find out when the tours are confirmed. You guys are the kaitiaki of the environment, and what are some of the things you are proud about? You know, proud of your mahi that you've been doing.
just seeing how much greener the place is since we've started looking after it.
And the birds and
Yeah, like there's a lot more birds and wildlife.
Just
and
knowing that we're doing a good thing for the planet and for our school.
You guys are all bush school experts now, right? So, why do you care about this area of your school?
because it's like such a big part of our school. Like the history in that place, there's been like so much happen around there.
And also that tree that our teacher planted, it's just the biggest tree in the school, and like it just takes care of all the others, and it shades around the back.
If there are other kids who want to get out and protect the Taiao, the environment at home or at school, what advice would you give the kids?
Well, it doesn't have to be like huge changes. You could go out there, maybe water plants more often, or like every now and again go out there and check if the plants are thriving or if they're not doing so well.
And if you do find a plant in your backyard, if you like take it in, and if you're halfway through of taking care of it, don't give up on it. Make sure that you actually do take care of it.
You don't always have to take big steps. You can take little steps at a time towards a greener future.
So what's your favourite plant in the bush? Do you have a favourite plant? Kuriri.
Cool.
Cody,
And what's the best thing about being in the bush?
seeing all the bird life and native things.
Yeah.
Being surrounded by nature.
Being able to see all the greenery and being proud of what we've done.
And what's the coolest bug you've seen in the bush?
Oh, that 6-legged green thing.
That's what Katie did.
Yeah, Katie did.
One word, describe how protecting the Taiao, the environment, makes you feel.
Just makes me feel proud and happy for what we've done.
Happy.
Happy.
Yeah, happy.
So, kia ora guys, thanks so much for coming in today and sharing with us your journey of restoring and looking after your ngahere at Waitoriki School, and really excited to, that you're part of the Sustainable Trails, and thanks so much for all your hard work, your hard mahi that you've been doing, and yeah, thanks for coming on the radio today. Kia ora.